Hello, hello, how are you all? I hope you are all okay. I'll apologise now for any wind noise, but as you can see, I am out on Dartmoor today and I'm out on a wild camp. I've got my wonderful Tilda the Pleasure Dome with me, but I keep getting asked about the kit that I take on a camp. So I thought, as I unpack my pack, I'll show you what's in there. So come on. Okay, this might be a little bit bitty, this video, because I'm not entirely sure how to do it. If it was a dry day, I would just lay everything out, but I can't. So I'm just going to have to show you things one at a time. So my pack is here. Ooh, she says, I can barely lift the flipping thing. There she blows. So obviously I've opened the top. So this is an Osprey Wren 65 litre. I was seduced by the colours, not gonna lie. It's actually a women's rucksack, and I never thought that I would be able to get a women's rucksack because of my height, and I think it's at its limits, to be fair, because of my height. But the lovely guy in Cotswold Outdoors kind of fitted it to me, and it's amazing, this pack. Honestly, I love it to bits. It's rammed to the rafters, mind, every time I go out, but I can fit in it and on it everything that I need, so that's the main thing. So I've sat it in its look, waterproof cover because the ground is so wet. But right, the only thing I've taken out of this so far is my tent, which just sits in the top in a dry bag, and then I put the poles in one of the side pockets. So that's the only thing that I've taken up, and that is up now behind you. So on the top, oh, let me pull this off. So on the top, and sometimes I fold this up and it goes in my pack, more in the summer really, and then this time of year my pack is absolutely stuffed, it just rolls up and goes on top. This is a foil mat, just a cheapy foil mat from Amazon, and a light AF mat from the wonderful Outdoor Gear Essentials. Do I need to sing? Not today. Maybe later. So that's it. So that goes under my bed. The foil mat, sometimes I pull just to one side to sit on of an evening or sort of an afternoon when I'm just chilling in the tent. These I would not be without. I obviously don't necessarily take the foil mat in the summer, but for the winter time, for me, essential. That little bit of extra insulation, reflects your heat back, absolutely awesome. Would not be without that. Right. Ooh. I also have my waterproof trousers in here, just shoved down the front. I think I'll probably do a separate video another time of the clothes that I wear, because I think especially for women that might be interesting. And like, my waterproof trousers are unisex, so yeah, I'm sure there'll be something for everybody. Right, oh, there's my tent bags and bits. So that's the dry bag that I use for my tent. Actually, can't remember what brand it is. I can't say it would completely keep the wetness from my tent from affecting anything else if it was sodden, but it kind of does enough. It's not an expensive dry bag. Right, I have my cook system in here, and in here, I think you've probably seen this before, is my pot, my titanium pot, my cup. I've got a couple of coffees in there. I've got my little X-Boil stove, the windshield, the alcohol burner. I think I've got a lighter, a little ferro rod, a little scouring pad, and a little bit of foil actually underneath. Just, I always put that on the ground to protect the grass. Can never be too careful. I've got another little pouch that I've got like a Trangia handle in, a teaspoon, salt and pepper, more coffee bags. I do like my coffee. Some milk powder, a little tiny spatula, all sorts of little bits and bobs in there. You'll start to see why my pack weighs so much. I've got, right, I have 2 down pouches. Now I need to transfer from one to the other. This is my old one that I got from Valley and Peak. And then this is my amazing new one, which has even more down in it, that Sussex Outdoors made, the lovely James. See his little logo, available from Outdoor Gear Essentials. Outdoor Gear Essentials. Come on, we had to sing it once, didn't we? So there's that. This is great for keeping your electricals from freezing and also for keeping your meals hot once you've either rehydrated them or warmed them up just to keep them warm. So there's that. In here, I have all my electrical bits and bobs. I have battery pack. I have my little camera for filming. I've got my flex tail pump, my hand warmers, my head torch. It weighs a flipping ton, but to be fair, when you're filming, you need loads of bloody electricals. So that weighs a ton as well. Clothes bag. It's winter. This looks ridiculous. It doesn't pack down very small. That's my problem. But I've got a spare pair of leggings. I've got a long sleeve merino top in here. Hat, gloves, buff. My down body warmer is in here. Spare knickers, spare socks. Yeah, I'm always paranoid that I'm going to get wet out and about and need to put some warm, dry stuff on. So I've always got too much. But yeah, just look at it, it's ridiculous. I need to sort that out. Right, I'm going to put these in the tent and I'll be back. Right, now that's all in the tent. I have my down jacket. So I have a down body warmer and a down jacket. Obviously, when it's not winter, I don't take both. This is just a Mountain Warehouse one. I would love to be able to afford a Rab one or something, but this is brilliant. It keeps me warm. I love the colour. And yeah, it's absolutely awesome. And it was an absolute bargain as well because I got it in the sale. And I've got a blue light card, so I've got a discount as well. So there's that little beauty. Tuck you there. Now I have brought this again. I bought the Sea to Summit Thermalite Reactor Extreme. I have brought this today. You'll understand if you watch the camp video for this, you will understand why I've brought this as well. But I wouldn't generally have brought this as well, but to me it's felt like a good idea because I'm using a quilt tonight for the first time, and I thought either I can just put this over my mat like a bit of a sheet, or it will just stop potentially any drafts if I have any drafts, or if God forbid I'm not warm enough, but I really think I will be when you see my new quilt. Very exciting. So there's that. This is like Christmas, isn't it? Like pulling things out your stocking. Thermarest pillow. It's big, it's bulky, and I don't care. This is so warm. I absolutely love it. It is comfy, it pluffs up just gorgeous. I wouldn't be without it. And yeah, I carry my pack, it's up to me, innit? What's in here? My Thermarest NeoAir X-Therm sleep mat. Again, this thing's awesome for the comfort that you get from it, the size it goes down to, the R value of 7, I think it is, or 6.9. Absolutely brilliant. Again, I don't know what I will do when anything happens to it because I can't afford a new one, but it's absolutely brilliant. The only thing I would say is mine is a mummy shape. I barely fit on it, so another time I would probably get a rectangular one, but you know, lessons learnt. And then in the bottom is my new quilt. Can you see? Oh, no, you can't see, can you? Look how small it's gone though. Well impressed with that. I'm so excited to use this. So let me undo the compression straps. I shall reveal what it is. And man alive, I should not be cold with this beast. will slowly spring into life. It is down. Look at that. It is the One Wind Equinox down top quilt. It's 800 FP of down insulation. Honestly, when you see this thing out of the bag, it's massive. So the fact that it squashes down so much is just incredible. But yeah, so I cannot wait to try that tonight. And then, oh, everything that I put in my rucksack goes in a Niaflume bag. I think that's what it's called. Again, outdoor gear essentials. They're like £2 or something, £3. Just for me, peace of mind knowing everything's going to stay dry in there. And I have got a little inflatable pillow in there. Has to go between my knees. That helps my hips. It's rubbish, isn't it? Getting older. Shove that all in there. And then, right, I'm going to put these in the tent, and then I'll show you what else I've got. Oh, I thought I'd change your view. Look, you can see my little tent. Oh, I love that tent so much. Makes me very happy. Right, down the back of my rucksack, I have my table from Novice Wild Camp. I have my table from Novice Wild Camper. So this thing is brilliant, and obviously you can see I've put all my stickers on it. Love it. So I always take that with me because I love having that in the porch of my tent, just to put a few bits and bobs on. It helps me just organise myself. And yes, it's a luxury item, but again, I'm carrying my pack, aren't I? So I have got apparently a juicy fly in my rucksack. Gross. Right, I have got my snug pack. What is it? My snug pack Special Forces bivvy, I think that's what it's called, which I have started always bringing with me just in case. The ground here is very, very wet, so I'm glad I've got this potentially to stop any wetness coming up from the ground, and getting my lovely down quilt wet. Do you see? Now I have that to worry about. On the side pockets of my rucksack, I have 2 water bottles. I always bring these 2. I've got 2 this size. They're both clean canteen bottles. Some stickers are a little worse for wear. But yeah, I will always carry water. And again, yes, I could save weight by not. But out on Dartmoor, so like today, for example, I've walked a whole mile. So I'm not too worried about carrying my water. I've got 2 beers, all the essentials. What else have I got? Oh, I use this for my rubbish. I think this is quite handy. So it's just a little dry bag. But I put all my rubbish in this. It can hang on the outside of my pack. Just keeps it all completely separate. When I get home, I can empty it out and I can wash it out if I need to, dry it, and off we go again. So that works really well for me. Trowel, doesn't need any explanation. Maths, no it's not, it's bioethanol for my stove in a very faded outdoor gear essentials bottle. These bottles are amazing. I use these for all sorts of stuff. What else have I got? I've got little Handy Heroes towel. This was again, I think, Mountain Warehouse. It's incredible how much this little thing will soak up. So I've used this for literally everything. I've used it as a towel for me. I've used it to wash with. I've used it to dry stuff up. I've used it to wipe condensation off the tent. If the tent's soaking when I'm putting it away, sometimes I'll use this. So yeah, this gets used for all sorts. And then it's just handy because it goes back in its teeny tiny little pouch and just hangs on the outside of my rucksack, and you'd barely even notice there. But man, is it useful. Key back on. I have on another carabiner my spork. Can't get it off. My spork that the lovely Claire Wild Bear bought me because it's pink. Love it. So that's always hanging on the outside of my pack as well. I do have a waist strap, and in one pocket is my hip flask, all the essentials, and in the other is, I'll show you, little thing of sun cream and a first aid kit. And this has everything in it, from plasters to bandages to tick tweezers to Sudocrem, which is amazing for all sorts of stuff, burns and sores, and if you cut yourself, it's amazing. I've got antiseptic wipes in here. I've even got an emergency blanket in there. So yeah, literally got all sorts, and they go both in one side of my waist bag. And I think that's it. Oh no, it's not. So in the top, hang on, let me see if I can bring you down a bit. There we go. In the top pocket of my rucksack, that's where I put all my food and my snacks, and I've got my water filter in there as well. So I just shove all my food up in that pocket, so it's easily accessible. It's separate to everything else. I haven't got to rummage around trying to find it. So that's where all my food goes. My food for today, or this camp, I have a little cinnamon flapjack. I have some fruit and nut. I always take a big bag of that. I've got a little snack shop thing, pasta thing. Another flapjack. I love my food, people. Love my food. I've got, so my flapjacks from the Steak Detective. I've got my beef jerky from the Steak Detective. Explosive pineapple barbecue, I'll have you know. It's just the bomb. Oh, the sun's glorious. I have a great blighty breakfast for the morning from the Steak Detective. You've seen a theme. I have meatballs and pasta for tea. It's my favourite, my absolute favourite. And then extra special treats. So the Steak Detective has started doing puddings. So I'm going to have spotted dick for my tea. Well, for my pudding, spotted dick. And I have actually, somewhere, I have got a little pot of custard. Proper treats today. Proper treats. And I think that's it. Oh yeah, my water filter's in there. This is my Catadin Bee Free bottle, which I absolutely love. It hasn't had a huge amount of use yet. It will come into its own in the summer, really, for me, when I need to always collect extra water to what I can carry. But yeah, so that's it. That's all my stuff. The only thing I haven't shown you is what's in my waist bag. But to be fair, that's where I shove so many bits and bobs in that. I need to whittle that down, because if you've got good skin, you're incredibly lucky. My skin's awful, so I have to bring loads of bloody stuff to sort my skin out. At bedtime, I've got contact lens solution. I've got my little toiletry bags in there. I have heat pads for my back. More painkillers. I tend to put what else have I got in it? Oh, like tissues, makeup, little bits like that in there, and it just ends up rammed, because I go, oh, I'll just stick that in. My map always goes in there. My compass goes in there, so I do always have a map and compass with me. Trying to think what else it's got in it. It's just got all sorts in it. I just keep shoving stuff in. Oh, and my little bag I always have like a sealed bag that's got toilet roll, feminine wipes, nappy sacks, which I use to put my tissue paper in, so I save that all up and take it all home, leave no trace. But yeah, so that's it, I think. I have put my mittens on here, actually, just because I've got those today. The good thing with this pack is there's like loads of places on the outside, on the front, on all these cords where you can kind of hang stuff and clip stuff or shove stuff under, which I always do. And that's another reason why I love this bag so much. That's it, I think. So I hope you've enjoyed this little look at all my gubbins that I take with me. I know I take too much, but I carry it. It's my problem, isn't it? If you've got any amazing suggestions, that would be great. Anything you think I've missed, that would be amazing as well. I'm always happy to take little handy hints. And that's it. I'm off to enjoy my camp. I will see you all again soon, guys. Take care. Bye.